In this tutorial, we're going to create we'll start with a polygon cube. Create polygon primitives cube, and I'll draw the shape I might have in mind, and I'll give it a little bit of thickness. I'm going to be using my edge loop tool to introduce a minimal amount of polygon faces before I run the smooth at the end of the process. So I'm going around the perimeter to keep it thinner around the perimeter, and then we can make it a little bit puffier in the middle. So I'll go ahead and just cut it up about like that. Now I'm going to grab the vertices in the very center, and I'll get R for my scale tool, and I'll start to scale that up. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run a polygon smooth on this to add some more geometry so I can shape this a little bit better. So with the object mode selected for my geometry, I'll hold down the space bar, and I'm going to go to mesh, and I'm going to go to the attributes, and I want to make sure it's set by the default. So I'll go to edit, reset settings, division 1 levels, that's exactly what I want. I'll hit apply, and you'll see now that it's considerably softer in contour from our first piece. So now we've got a pretty good foundation for developing that pillow shape. I could start by going to my vertices, and if I wanted to, I could click and drag on the center perhaps. I'll hit W to get the move tool, and I'm going to use the soft select. And once I've hit W, I'll double click on the tool on the toolbar to the left of the interface, and in there I'll open up soft select. I'll hit B on the keyboard, or I'll click on the check box to the right of soft select. And once I've done that, I can kind of see how the vertices are being affected by the coloring. So yellow is the central point, which would have the most effect, and then it radiates out from red to black. So I'm going to come down here and bump up the number a bit. And now I've got a bunch of them selected, so I'm just going to pull it up a bit like that. And maybe I'll go around here now selecting these randomly and pulling up, so you can see we can get this shape pretty quickly. And once you've got kind of what you want there, I'll go back to my object mode. And I'm going to duplicate this because I want to go a little further with the polygon smooth, and I'm not sure if I go too far, I have nothing to revert back to. So I'm going to hit Command D, and I'll drag a copy of this one in this state over to the right. So if I have to go back and start over or take a different approach, I can do so without a lot of waste. All right, so I'm going to select it. I'll hold down the space bar, and I'm going to go to Mesh, and once again I'll click on Smooth. And now I've got some more geometry. And that means I can now go in with my vertex. And because I have all this other geometry to play with now, I can select perhaps the corner. I'll hit B on the keyboard to go to soft select, and maybe I'll hit W, and you can see now you can go around here and you can make this a little bit more organic, less mechanical looking. And at this point it really is up to you what you want this to look like. Maybe I want it to be puffier in the middle, so I'll go in from the side here and I'll grab a series of these vertices on top, pull them up. Maybe I'll grab this corner and drag it up a bit. Maybe I'll pull it in. And maybe I'll grab a couple of these and pull them in as well. Now, if this is too much of an edit, I can always double click on that move tool, and I can reduce the soft select to a lower number, and I can do something a little bit more refined if I choose. You can really experiment with this workflow once you've got it down, and that's pretty much the quick, easy way to make a pillow shape.